In this lecture, I'm going to go over 3 headline secrets that are going to allow you to write way more effective headlines. And the first one is clarity over cleverness. So you always want to be clear in your copy. Your customers will not give your copy their full attention. And that's because, let's say they're browsing their email inbox, or if yours was an ad in a newspaper, they're kind of half aware of what they're reading. It's not as if they're fully engaged in their email inbox. And you probably experienced this yourself, where you're just casually browsing through emails, you might be listening to music. So for that reason, you want to be as clear as possible so your readers will understand what you're trying to say without giving all their mental energy. So for this reason, if you have to make someone think twice about your message, you're probably going to lose them. So here's an example of a clever headline, "Next time you'll get the check," versus announcing the benefit in a very clear way. Earn $200 more per month. And that's much more effective than the first one. The second important thing to keep in mind is always focus on the positive side of things. That's because people do not like to think about negative things. Now, you may know someone or a few people that always talk in a negative way, but when they're reading a headline that talks about a benefit they're going to get, they want it to be positive. They want to have something to look forward to. And almost anything can be framed in a positive way. So here's an example. The first one is avoid the trauma of a robbery. So let's say we're selling some kind of home alarm system. So that would be the negative side of that product. Avoid the trauma of a robbery. But you can also flip it to the positive side. Always keep your family safe. And if you're deciding between those two angles, go with the positive side. And lastly, and this is a very important point, sell the cure, not the prevention. And this really gets into human nature. People are much more likely to buy something that solves a problem they are having right now. They're much less likely to buy something that prevents something bad from happening in the future. Even if that possible bad event is really big, they're likely to put off the decision, say, "I'll think about it," and then they'll never buy your product. Whereas if they have a problem right now and you can solve it right now, you're much more likely to get their business. So an example here is a fire alarm is a hard product to sell. Let's say you're selling a really advanced fire alarm. I don't know if they make those, but in this example, let's say they do. So you're selling a prevention. You might have a fire in the next couple of years, so I need you to buy this fire alarm now. That's a hard thing to do. That's a hard sell. But on the other hand, a product like Tylenol is an easy product to sell. So let's say you have a headache right now and you need to solve it. Well, if you have a headache and I have a box of Tylenol, it's really easy for me to sell you that Tylenol. And that's because you want relief from your pain or problem right now. And that's why I often refer to someone's problems as their pain points, because that problem is causing them some kind of pain, whether it's mental pain or physical pain. And if you can help someone solve that problem, then they're going to buy from you in an instant because you're giving them a cure to something that they're dealing with right now.